Hey, Aaron. Can you talk? You won't believe this. Huh? Hello, Maddie. What happened? Hope it's nothing serious. You know that woman from our kindergarten? Cynthia, can't remember her last name. Your daughter Emmy is in the same class as her son. Billy, wasn't it? Oh, yeah. Watson. Cynthia Watson. Oh, yeah. Cynthia. Yeah, her son is in the same class. I talk to her on occasion. Didn't she say she just had her second child like 3 days ago? Yes, that's right. I was in the PTA meeting with her last year, so I knew her contact info. I heard she gave birth, so I called her to congratulate her. I asked her if she had decided on the baby's name. Anyway, it was just so shocking. What are you talking about? What happened? Well, the baby, it was a boy. The name she gave the kid, it was just so mind-blowing. I was so shocked I don't even remember. You know, it was one of those, how can I put it? A snazzy, fashionable name. Something like Saint something or other. Saint something or other? So, by something or other, it's a bit longer? Is that what you're saying? Well, that alone is kind of weird. But people give their kids all kinds of names. No need to get all upset about it. Yeah, well, I really don't care what she names her kid, but the problem was what happened after that. I heard the name and said, "Oh, that's some name," or something to that effect. And you know what she said about my kid, Barry? She said it was old-fashioned and tacky. Can you believe it? She said if I ever went overseas, like to Europe, people would make fun of it, and that he had no chance of working overseas, and added, "I feel so sorry for you." She criticized me for naming my kid Barry. Then she added that naming a kid is something that can't be changed forever. She kept repeating why I chose such a dumb name over and over. What a dumb name. What a cheeky name. Like some broken record. And then she's like, "In contrast, how wonderful is my son's name?" And on and on. Calling my son's name dumb and cheeky? Can you believe it? Barry is way better than this Saint something or other. I can't even remember the stupid name. Wow, really? That's unbelievable. Was Cynthia always like that? I thought she was a bit more laid back. I don't know. Maybe she's all euphoric because she just gave birth. I don't know. Possessed, maybe. Anyway, she went on and on about our kids' names, making a complete mockery of my son's name. That's awful. I heard she is saying the same kind of thing to other moms. Now that she's back from the hospital, when she returns to bringing her kid to the kindergarten, you know, I'm worried that the whole atmosphere will be uncomfortable. I see your point. You're right. Could be a problem. I'll give her a call to say congratulations. See what's up. Hi, Cynthia. Congratulations on your new baby. How are you feeling? Are you all rested? Oh, hello, Aaron. Oh, yes. The baby and I are super fine. Baby is doing great. Healthy as an ox. That's great. I just talked with Maddie, you know, from the kindergarten. She tells me that you already picked a name for your newborn. She said it was a very unique name. Mind if I asked what you named him? Thanks for asking. Well, when he was born, he looked like a saint. And then I gazed out the window at the very moment, and the sky, it was a brilliant blue. So I named him Saint Blue. Pretty awesome, don't you think? Really inspirational. Saint Blue. Okay. Yes, really awesome. Sounds like a name that would come up in those superhero comics. Captain something or this or that ranger. Yes, like a superhero. When he gets older and travels overseas, well, I wanted a name that would really stick. A name people wouldn't make fun of. In this day and age, you have to give your child a name that will be remembered, that will leave an impression. Right. You think so? Of course. What was your kid's name? Wasn't it Emmy or something? Or was it Emily? I mean, please. That was my grandma's name. You better change that name. Sooner the better, while they're young. I mean, please. Emmy? Sounds like a bird or something. EMI. Or some engineering term. Electro whatever. LOL. What are all these cheeky names? Emmy, Barry. How do you expect them to compete overseas? Bonjour, I'm Barry. LOL. I want my little Saint Blue to spread his wings and fly around the world. Yes, with a name like that, I suppose people overseas would be taken aback. Yeah, don't you agree? But wasn't your son... Didn't he have an ordinary name? Wasn't it Billy or is it William? Pretty common name. Why did you decide to give your newborn such a unique name? Oh, yeah, Billy. Yeah, I was going to name him too, but my husband and my mother-in-law came up with that name and submitted it without consulting me. Can you believe it? I really hated that name, Billy. I prefer William, but you know, kids. So I'm thinking of changing it pretty soon. I'm thinking of something along the lines of Prince or King something or other. I want to change it to a really cool name like that. Ah, right. Sounds wonderful. So, what's your baby's real name? Huh? What do you mean, real name? I know you're just playing around, so what's your kid's real name? I mean, you're not serious about Saint Blue, are you? Are you seriously thinking of naming your kid Saint Blue Watson? Sounds like some kind of product. Huh? What are you talking about? I'm not joking around. Some kind of product? How could you say that? Oh, good heavens. Are you serious? That's his name? Saint Beluga? Are you for real? Yeah, for real. And it's not beluga, it's blue. Saint Blue. Oh, yeah, Saint Blue. But sounds like a punk rock band or something. Huh? Punk? Or maybe a character in that Pokemon cartoon. Are you really okay with naming your kid Saint Blue? You do realize this is permanent. All through school, he's going to be called Saint Blue Watson. Right pickings for bullying. Huh? Are you making fun of me? No, that's not my intention. I just thought, you know, what does it even mean, Saint Blue? Huh? Meaning? Yes, you know. Was it your father's name? Was it your great-grandfather's name? People name their kids for a reason. Could be spiritual or a family tradition. For example, I named my daughter Emily because it means industrious and hardworking. That's the kind of girl I wanted her to be. I read that it comes from Latin. So, does this Saint Blue have a meaning? Well, I'm not sure. Anyway, it sounds cool, right? It's a name that people will pay attention to, especially overseas. Unlike all these idiotic traditional names we hear every day. Oh, I get it. A cool and strong-sounding name that will impress people overseas. Yeah, that's it. You got that right. So, you're religious too, huh? I mean, the saint part. Maybe you should have just named him Saint Michael or Saint Augustine or something. Much more recognizable and impressive, I would think. Especially in Europe. Why pick blue? Well, that's because, well, What about a middle name? Are you going to choose a middle name? Like Saint Blue James Watson or something like that? To be honest, you'll just confuse the kid. Oh yeah, James was your husband's name. So he would be Saint Blue James Watson Jr.? Or, by your standards, would you prefer Saint Blue James Watson II? Oh, did you already apply for that name? When you submit the form, are you sure you'll have enough space on the form? Maybe you should shorten it to SB, like SBJ Watson. Sounds kind of intellectual. How should I know? I haven't had time to do that yet. I was going to go and do it without telling my husband or my mother-in-law. Oh, is that right? Okay. When you submit it, I'd really like to know what you decided. For reference, when I have my next child. Oh yeah, that reminds me. When he gets into kindergarten and first grade, I wonder if all the kids and teachers will remember the name. Unique, but also a bit hard to remember. You know what I mean? Maddie couldn't even remember what it was. And whenever the teacher changes classes, you'll have to submit his name. I bet it'll just be shortened to SB as time goes by. And SB, well, that could be interpreted in all kinds of ways. Kids. Ugh, nobody is gonna call him SB. Oh, and I recently saw something on the internet. They took this survey, and it said applicants with weird names are at a disadvantage. Corporations prefer to be on the safe side. I know, sounds kind of discriminatory. Well, if he can't even succeed here in the States, how is he going to succeed overseas? Just wondering. Well, he is, Hey, what the hell is this? What are you ragging on about my name choice? Are you mocking me? Of course not. But it was you who said that about Maddie's kid. You said Barry was an old-fashioned and tacky name. That's why I wanted to ask about your name choice. I figured you named your kid for a specific reason. I mean, to degrade someone else's name? You probably had a pretty good reason. I wanted to know why you chose that name, how it would affect that child, what will happen when he grows up. Would it make life difficult for him? I had all kinds of thoughts crossing my mind. I figured you had it all thought out. Oh, please, give me a break. I can do as I please. You have no right to tell me how I can name my child. I don't want to hear your advice. I don't need to hear any of your idiotic reasoning. Thank you. Well, that goes both ways, don't you think? If you want to name your child Paint, Saint, or whatever, you can do as you like. I mean, you're a complete stranger. I have no right to say a damn thing. But I have to defend my friend's child as well as mine. I couldn't just sit by and let it pass. Come on, Cynthia. It really doesn't feel good to hear someone trash talk your kid's name, right? Yeah, well, I guess. You can name your kid whatever you like, and everyone will probably accept it. Why wouldn't they? But I would refrain from disparaging other kids' names. People just won't accept that. You probably said the same thing to the other mothers, am I right? You keep this up, and you won't have any friends left at school. If you're okay with that, I'll say no more. Yes, well, I was just, I'm really sorry. I know you just returned home. You must be pretty tired. I hope you recover quickly. See you at school. After that, I did see her around, but she ignored me. But about a week later, she contacted me. Apparently, she thought about the whole conversation and realized she was in the wrong. She decided to name her son Randall, which means wolf shield, strong and protective. It's apparently a biking name. Actually kind of cool. She also went around to the other mothers and apologized for her attitude. Most of the moms were pretty forgiving. Most chalked it up to the stress from the pregnancy and birth, which we could all relate to. The atmosphere at the kindergarten changed significantly too. No more negative atmosphere. That was my biggest worry. I'm glad I confronted her about this. And I'm glad Cynthia turned out to be an understanding person after all.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Maya, can you talk? I need to ask you something.
You need to ask me something? Me? What's gotten into you?
Why? Why can't I ask you something? A mother wants to ask her daughter something sometimes.
Maybe if we were a normal family, but I don't remember you ever treating me like I was your daughter. You've only ever liked beautiful Rebecca, always spoiling her. You never took care of me and kicked me out as soon as I graduated high school. Why wouldn't I be apprehensive when all of a sudden you tell me you want to ask me something? And especially when you want to talk the day after I introduce my fiancé to you guys. What are you planning?
You've always had such an ugly personality. Fine, I'll be direct. You need to let your younger sister marry your fiancé.
What?
Yesterday, you came by the house to introduce us to your fiancé, yes? His name was Ryan, I think. It was love at first sight for Rebecca. She's saying that she's going to marry Ryan. So you need to break off your engagement. You're the older sister, so you need to let your younger sister have him.
What? What are you saying? I need to let her have him? Ryan's not a toy. He's not an object I can just give to someone else. Are you crazy?
But Rebecca says she wants Ryan. Your father and I think that rather than Rebecca marrying someone we don't know, that we would feel much better if she married someone we know is marriage material.
That's not the issue here. Don't be ridiculous. Why do you want to take everything away from me? Like my toys and clothes and even my birthday presents. Rebecca has always been given all of my belongings, and I've been told to just deal with it. Now you want me to give her my fiancé? I've had enough of this. Ryan is my fiancé. I'm not giving him to Rebecca.
What are you getting all upset about? He's still marrying someone in our family. And rather than marrying you, whose face and personality are average and boring, I'm sure he'd want to marry your younger sister, who's smart and beautiful and caring.
Do you have no regard for other people's feelings?
I hear what you're saying, but it's already been decided. Your relatives and I got together last night and talked about it. And we decided that you and Ryan would be breaking off your engagement and Ryan would be marrying Rebecca. He'll be taking our last name and you'll be marrying your cousin Evan instead.
What? Why are you deciding who I'll be marrying? Can you not try to control who I'm marrying? And isn't my cousin Evan that 50-year-old who quit his job and is a deadbeat now? Telling me to marry him is the same as telling me that I need to be his caretaker and provide for him financially. No, that is not going to happen.
Come on, don't be selfish. It's already been decided. So just stop fighting it and let Rebecca have Ryan. And you marry Evan instead.
Who's really being selfish here? You really think you can tell me all this and I would say, okay, mother, I will never give you Ryan.
Do you really think it's okay for you to talk to me like this? I think you'll regret acting this way.
What? What are you saying?
You just wait. I will make sure the two of you break up.
Hello? Is this Maya's mother, Sharon? This is Maya's fiancé, Ryan. I'm texting you from Maya's phone.
Oh, hello. Is this Ryan? Thank you so much for reaching out. Have you decided to marry Rebecca?
Please cut the crap. I have no intentions of ever breaking up with Maya. Nor do I have any plans of marrying Rebecca.
Oh my goodness. I can't believe you're saying this. Rebecca is so much kinder than Maya. You know, you'll be so much happier if you marry Rebecca, right?
Please don't think you know what makes me happy. Who do you think you are? And personally, I think that Maya is so much more attractive than Rebecca. Rebecca is so vulgar and impolite. She can't even begin to compare to Maya.
What are you talking about? If you would just meet Rebecca, I know you'll see how wonderful she is.
I can see we're getting nowhere with this. So let me be direct. The reason I'm texting you from Maya's phone today is to talk to you about you and your family prank calling Maya.
Prank calling? What are you talking about?
Playing dumb won't get you out of this. I know that you and your relatives have been calling Maya Sal and her work over and over and saying quit your job or break off your engagement. And some days you've been calling over 100 times. And you've gratified Maya's apartment with the same message and thrown raw eggs at her apartment. You've also been stalking me. Rebecca's been sending me lewd photos with messages telling me how great she is. I want to talk to you today about all this.
We would never prank call or stalk anyone. All we're doing is showing Maya how selfish she's being, because she won't give you to Rebecca. So, I'm having all of my relatives help. And the pictures of Rebecca we sent you was just because we want you to get to know Rebecca better. And now that you know how beautiful she is, I know you'll change your mind.
Actually, it creeped me out so much I hate her even though I've never talked to her. Everything you've done and are doing is extremely troublesome. Do you have any intentions of stopping?
Of course we won't stop. We'll keep doing it until you marry Rebecca and Maya marries her cousin. I need to teach Maya that she can't be selfish.
I see. Okay, then we'll be suing all of you.
What?
You and your relatives have been calling Maya over 100 times, telling her to break up with her fiancé, and leaving the same message in her mailbox and writing it on her door in permanent marker, and pounding on her doors and walls and throwing raw eggs at her apartment. All this has caused Maya great emotional distress. So we'll be seeing you in court.
What? Court? Just for calling someone?
Because of you and your relatives, Maya's been hurt deeply. This isn't about just making some phone calls and about your graffiti. That's property damage. So her landlord has filed a victim report.
A victim report? He went to the police?
Of course he did. Even though you wrote on Maya's apartment, the landlord is the one who owns that apartment. Throwing raw eggs and writing on someone else's property is property damage through and through. We have security camera footage of you writing on her door, so you can't talk your way out of this one.
What?
And you and your relatives all called Maya's place of work. You told them to fire Maya and spread bad rumors about her. There were hundreds of prank calls and silent calls. This is an obstruction of business. So we'll be suing you for that too. And about you stalking me and ambushing me and sending me lewd photos and letters, I'll be suing you for stalking me.
Just wait a second. I can't believe you're trying to make all these charges against me. Are you planning on making your new fiancé a criminal?
Who are you referring to when you say new fiancé? My fiancé is and has always been Maya. I have nothing to do with a stalker named Rebecca.
What? Are you calling Rebecca a stalker?
Isn't that what she is? Sending me disgusting photos? And you said that this is a family problem. But what you did is still a crime. And you can be sued for it. Depending on what Maya wants, we can also have you detained.
Detained? I'm going to be arrested? We're going to be arrested?
Yes. About the property damage and obstruction of business, the victim in those cases isn't Maya but is her landlord and her company. So it falls outside of the scope of family problems. Her place of business and her landlord have no relation to you. You all may have thought that you were attacking Maya, but the victims are actually complete strangers.
No, that may be, but…
You're stalking me is the same. I still haven't legally married Maya, so we're complete strangers. I will be in charge of proceeding with the matters I've discussed with you today. You'll be served soon.
What? Wait a second. What do you mean you'll be in charge? What do you mean?
It's quite simple. I'm a lawyer.
What? A lawyer?
Yes, I represent Maya's company. And I've been hired by Maya and her landlord as well. I will be in charge of suing all of you. I'll be contacting you about all the charges formally tomorrow, so please stand by for that.
Wait, Please wait, you have it all wrong. I don't have anything to do with this.
What do you mean you have nothing to do with this? You're the main perpetrator here.
I only did the things I did because I was ordered to. It was my husband's brother and his wife that said we should prank call Maya and her company. They said they wanted Maya to quit her job so she could take care of their son, Evan. My sister-in-law and all my other relatives were so keen on this plan, I couldn't go against them. All I did was make 1 or 2 calls like I was ordered to. I haven't done anything else. And it was Rebecca who sent you all those photos of herself. And it was my husband who wanted Rebecca to marry you in the first place. I didn't do any of this. So I have nothing to do with this.
You say you only made 1 or 2 calls, but about 25% of the calls made to Maya and her company were from you. How do you plan on explaining that?
Huh? How do you know that?
You want to know how I know that? Because as soon as Maya realized she was receiving prank calls from you, she recorded every phone call and wrote down who called at what time. So don't think you can lie your way out of this.
You have it all wrong. I only did this so everyone could be happy.
It's obvious Maya is not included in everyone. You're all awful people.
But, if we're convicted, it'll be bad for Maya. Are you okay with Maya being called a criminal's daughter?
I've already received Maya's go-ahead with all of this. She doesn't care what people around her think. And if anyone does, she can just tell them the whole story. We'll make sure they know that Maya did nothing wrong, so please don't worry. The only people going to hell will be you guys.
I can't believe this.
Next time I'll be speaking to you, it'll be in court. I'll make sure you all pay for this.
A few days later, Ryan sued my mom and all of my relatives who were involved. Because of all the evidence, we won our case easily. We sent my parents, my younger sister, my cousins, and his parents to jail. And my other 8 relatives were put on probation and had to pay a settlement. Now that my family and relatives have a record, everyone talked about them behind their backs. And they divorced each other, or moved far away, and are all living apart now. I guess it can't be helped since they did it all to make their precious daughter happy. For a while, this all had me really down. But after we won the trial, I started to slowly recover, and now I'm completely better. I married Ryan 1 year later, and we're really happy together.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Kara, want to get home today? I need to talk to you. Can you make some time?
Huh? Today? No. I'm about to go on a trip.
What? A trip right now?
Yeah, for 3 nights and 4 days. I'm going to a spa with my friend.
Wait a second, you didn't tell me any of this.
Why do I have to tell you? It's not like I need your permission. Aren't I allowed to do what I want?
No, of course you should do what you want, but you could at least tell me that you won't be home for 4 days.
What? Is that an order?
No, I'm not ordering you to, I'm just asking you to. I have stuff to do, so if you suddenly go on a trip, I have to reschedule some things, Kara. And if you suddenly didn't come home, I would be worried. We're husband and wife, after all.
What? So if I'm married to you, I can't even go on a trip whenever I want? You really have that much of a problem with everything I do? Do you want to divorce me?
Oh, why are you bringing up divorce again? Why does it have to be this way? Did I say anything about getting a divorce? If you're going on a trip, at least tell me you're going the day before you leave. That's all I'm asking.
Fine. Then let's get a divorce. You're so jealous, I can't handle it anymore. I'm fed up with you. I'll leave the divorce papers on the table. Why don't you file them, if you have the guts?
Kara, can you not do this anymore? How many times is this? This is the 29th time this month you've threatened me with divorce. And today makes it 30. Why do you always run to divorce?
What? You still don't get it? Because you don't do what I tell you to do. I told you so many times.
I don't really get what you mean by that. Why are you so upset? Are you mad that I asked you to tell me when you go on a trip? That I complain that you don't do any housework even though you don't work? That I told you not to use my savings and our joint savings on frivolous things?
Everything! All of it! You're always so high and mighty, telling me not to do this or that. I don't like you acting like as a man you own me.
I don't think that's what I'm doing. Did I say something wrong? I was trying to speak to you as my equal in this marriage.
What? You think you're my equal? Don't be stupid. I'm the daughter of the CEO of the gigantic candy corporation, understand? And you're just a grandson of a tiny company. But because Daddy asked me to have an arranged marriage with you, I married you, even though I didn't want to.
I get that, but...
See? You're trying to tell me what to do again. All you need to do is say yes when I tell you to do something. Do you understand what would happen to you if I divorced you? I will crush your grandfather's company. My daddy loves me more than anything in the world. If you make his daughter a divorcee, he would be so mad. If that happens, you would be unemployed and penniless. Do you get it now?
If I divorce his daughter, he might get mad, but that's...
Oh, God. Just shut up. Stop saying but and I'm just... You just need to shut up. Make me money and do the housework. Everything I do is perfect. Everything I say goes. So stop complaining. I am the queen and you are the servant. Don't disobey me. Understand?
Okay, I get what you're saying. You wanted a servant and not a husband, right? A servant who does whatever you say and makes money and takes care of you.
Now you get it. So don't ever tell me to do something again.
I won't. I won't ever complain or ask you to do something ever again.
I knew you would eventually understand. Okay, I'm leaving now. I'll leave the divorce papers on the table so you can look at it while I'm gone and think about what you've done. Bye. Hey Mark, I'm almost at the station, so come get me. I'll be there in about an hour, so you better not make me wait.
Oh, sorry, I can't come pick you up.
What? You can't come? Are you disobeying me again?
No, I'm not disobeying you. Since you went on a trip, I decided to take a trip too. And I'm away on a trip.
What? You went on a trip without asking me? Without telling me?
So, you can go on a trip without telling me, but I can't?
Don't talk back to me. Just come get me. Which do you think is more important, your trip or you picking me up? I told you if you don't do what I say, I'll divorce you.
Sorry, but I'm about to speak with detectives about their investigation into you cheating on me.
What? An investigation?
That's right. I know you've been cheating on me since last year. I asked a private eye to look into it. And they're about to tell me their findings.
What? What are you talking about? I have no idea what you're talking about.
Remember? The day you left for your trip, I told you I needed to talk to you about something. I was really hoping to show you all the evidence from the detective, but you left on a trip, so I'm having them tell me now.
What are you talking about? I'm not cheating on you. Can you stop saying such ridiculous things?
I already know everything. I have all the proof. Documents, pictures, voice recordings, even videos. I know that you went on a trip with your lover, and I know who your lover is. Henry Jones, 38 years old. So he's living away from his family because of a work transfer. And he's working at a big tech company. He's making $200,000. That's impressive. And he has a wife and kids. 2 kids, one in middle school and one in grade school. And they're both in very famous elite private schools. I wonder how much you'll have to pay in child support. If you think about alimony and splitting assets, it might be more than his salary, huh?
Huh? What?
By the way, I also know how often you've been seeing him. 215 times so far this year. You've been seeing him almost every day for 6 months. That's actually impressive. Thanks to you, I have a lot of proof. At this house, at a hotel, inside his car, even outside. Dang, you guys do it everywhere. Don't you get embarrassed?
Just stop. Since you already know everything, I don't care anymore. It's true. I'm cheating on you, but I haven't done anything wrong.
Are you serious?
This all happened because I had to marry someone like you. I should at least be allowed to see the man I really love. Because of me, your company is in the black, right? Then I fulfilled my duties as a wife. Just let me do what I want.
You really don't make any sense to me. You've done nothing that a wife should do. You don't work. You don't do things around the house. All you do is do whatever you want and spend all of our money. And cheat on me. If this is how it's gonna be, it really would be better if you went around.
Fine. Then, do you really want to get a divorce? If you don't like what I do, then I'm okay filing for divorce, you know. The one that'll be in trouble is you. If you leave me, your company will be ruined. So divorce me if you can. I don't think you have the guts, though.
I see. I'll pass that message along to your father. He's right next to me.
What? Daddy's there.
I told you the detectives are here to tell me their findings. I never told you I was the only one they were telling. I'm currently at somewhere special for my trip. Do you understand what that means?
Wait, what are you saying?
I'm at your parents' house with your mom and dad and your brother and his wife. And my parents and a lawyer are here too. We're all looking at the detectives' findings together.
What? Huh? What?
Everyone has all the information about Henry Jones and all your texts with him. And a bunch of pictures and footage from my car's camera. And I'm showing everyone this conversation we're having now. And there's some embarrassing photos of you with Henry on your TV. To be honest, it's all a bit much.
Why are you showing Daddy and Mommy? If you do that, we're going to have to file for a divorce. Do you understand that? If we get divorced, your company will be ruined.
If I divorce you, my company will be ruined? Don't be stupid.
What?
You've made a terrible misunderstanding. If we get divorced, the one who'll be in trouble isn't me, it's your father.
What?
We may be a small company, but we have a certain pattern. And thanks to that, we're making huge profits. A lot of companies want to work with us. Your father's company, Gigantic Candy Corporation, wanted you and me, the grandson of our company, to get married. So they could get in good with us and do business together.
Wait, so... you didn't marry me so Daddy's companies could take care of your company?
Quite the opposite. Your father had you marry me so he could get in good with that company. So what he's saying is just plain wrong.
I can't believe this.
Since I married you, Gigantic Candy Corporation did work hard for us, and we did make quite a bit of money. But being your servant isn't worth it. My grandparents and parents are okay with me leaving you too. So there's no problem with us getting divorced. Let's get divorced, just like you wanted. And have the divorce papers you left me right here. The detective has given me all the proof I need, so I'll go submit it right now.
What? Wait! Don't file the papers!
Why? It's what you've wanted. You've been saying you want to get divorced for a long time now. You've been saying, I'll divorce you anytime I try to talk to you about something.
I didn't mean it. I didn't know the real reason we got married. So please, just wait a second.
No, I'm not going to listen to anything more you say. I'm not your servant. Oh, and your brother says he's coming to pick you up. I think your house is going to be a little crazy for a couple of days. I'm going to go home and get your things together.
Just wait! I don't want to get a divorce! I'm sorry! I was wrong! I'll apologize! So please reconsider!
I'm not going to change my mind. I'm not going to complain or tell you what to do anymore. You can do whatever you want from now on, but you will take responsibility for your actions. Goodbye, Cara. I immediately left my in-laws' house and filed for divorce. I went home with my parents and we packed up Cara's things. We mailed everything off to her parents' house. Cara's brother brought Cara and Henry at the station and made them both go to their parents' house. They both got in a lot of trouble. A few days later, Cara said she wanted to talk, so me, Cara, Cara's parents, Henry and his family, and a lawyer got together. Kara and her parents begged me to reconsider, and Henry begged his wife not to leave him. I went through the divorce, and Henry's wife divorced him with him paying alimony and child support. My company's still doing business with a gigantic candy corporation, but we're not giving them any more special treatment. Later, Kara was kicked out of her parents' house and told to work at her father's subsidiary company. She's doing menial work and making money so she can get by. I'm sure it's just awful for her to be demoted from a queen to a little errand girl, but I guess it's the perfect ending for someone who thought she was better than everyone else and tried to control people with threats.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.